Ladies, welcome to the new podcast episode. We will talk about what is a high-value woman in a guy's mind. You have two guys now. We have Coach Andres. How are you doing, buddy?
Good to see you, man. It's going great. I love this topic because there's going to be so many interesting answers.
Yeah, I feel like every answer would be different from every man, but there is some topics or some situation that can be the same. But I want to help you ladies to be this high-value woman because you deserve it. And of course, I will never ask you to change. That's number one thing. A high-value woman finds her own identity. She won't try to be what men want. Do you agree with that, Coach Andres?
100%. I've said this so many times on my lives or on my coaching calls. What makes someone a high-value partner, a high-value potential dater, isn't the outside. Mm-hmm. It's them working on the inside of what they're not good at. When they struggle with something, when they have flaws, insecurity, self-doubt, triggers, or they sabotage themselves, when they work on knowing how to kind of get out of their own way and be the most truest version of themselves, that's the value that makes them high value because they've done the work. And so they don't date down. They don't tolerate shit. They're not going to put up with this narcissistic love bombing attitude. They don't want casual flings. They know they have, again, I always say this to my clients, the walk-away power. They're not afraid of you losing interest from the guy. You don't like that? I don't care. Like, not that they're mean, but they're saying they have a walkaway power because they have a sense of pride and respect and integrity that they've done the work to feel this value inside, not just looking hot, not just being successful or having a lot of things, but more in the inside of character.
What I love about that, Coach Andres, is that any one of you ladies can have these feelings.
Yes.
You don't have to be someone else. You don't have to seek validation. You don't have to please someone. No, you need to find it within yourself because you are a high-value woman. You have a lot of qualities. You have a lot of, options in your life, in your love life as well. So the idea in this podcast is to define what is a high-value woman in a guy's mind. So what we would be looking in a woman, but of course what you need to just continue to express about yourself. Once again, don't change for him. Coach Andres, let's talk about the first things that, a high-value woman should have in your eyes.
Peace. She's in peace with herself, and she's in peace with where she is in life. She knows where she's going, and she just has more of a problem-solving compared to a problem-giving mentality. I love that when someone values someone's time and respect and availability, it's just being considerate, having this peace of mind. And so I always say to my clients, you want peace and love, not crazy in love. Crazy in love is exciting, but it doesn't last. You want peace and love. You want that clarity. You want to be transparent. So when a woman is very, not saying nonchalant, but more about being very openly, consistently direct about important things with her, it's refreshing for us compared to try to assume or at least try to put things together. So when a woman is very open and vocal, like I said earlier, I was on a date not too long ago, and she doesn't want any more kids. And I was like, but I do. I'm looking to have kids down the road. And she was like, okay, well, I think let's have a great evening, and we'll just go from there in the sense of wish you the best. And I was like, respect, cool. And we had a great evening. And we had a great discussion because she knew her value. She was like, no, I'm done having kids. My kids are great. I loved it. I've already done that chapter, but I'm not going to compromise who I am because of what you want, but I will enjoy this evening. And I love that. I guess you can call it a rejection, but I took it as more of like appreciation because now you realize she knew who she was and didn't want to be defined by what I want. And so when you know who you are with a high value, you're unapologetic about what's important to you.
I love what you mentioned. And I think peace is maybe the number one answer if you ask men, because you don't want to be in a situation with troubles, arguments. Yes, crazy in love is exciting, as you mentioned, but there's a moment where men are trying to avoid this crazy in love, to find someone that will accept them the way they are, help them build their legacy, their dreams, their goals. That's why I feel like a woman living with purpose. Like your purpose should never be a man, should never be a relationship, because that's when you are codependent, needy, available, and all of those things that we talk in our videos that are not great. But to the opposite side, if you live with purpose, if you have your goals, that doesn't mean that you want to be rich. That's just the shortcut that everyone sees. No, living with purpose is I wake up and I'm happy. I wake up with a positive energy. Of course, there is good and bad days, but at the end of the day, what's important is still we keep the positivity. We know that we love our life. We know that we have a good good situation, good friend, good hobbies, you have good life. That's what makes a woman high value, because she won't rely on us, she won't depend on us, and she can bring something to us.
Yes. I mean, again, when you go further with peace, you're seeing gratitude, humility, presence, and they're just more locked on the important things of life. What's just like, stop chasing things. Stop trying to validate things or keeping up with the Joneses with other scenarios. They have a value within themselves that's not replaceable.
So when we talk about high value women, most of them, they tell me, but Alex, I will never be Jennifer Lopez. I will never be Beyonce. I will never be this sexy, sometimes bimbo woman. And I told them, no, that's not high value woman. So what would be your advice?
Well, isn't Jennifer divorced 5 times and Beyonce is about to get divorced?
Yeah, no, but that's a good point, because
I don't know.
sees like high value as sexy. And
Yeah.
you say you don't have to be sexy. That was your words before. So tell me, what is high value in your eyes in terms of, or why do you think that do you think it's the society that push women to be like, I need to be sexy, I need to have like, a body and be like doing surgery or things like this? I don't want to say it.
I mean, we do live near Miami, so that's pretty much all over that area. I think it's all just a show, and it's fake, and it's basically very shallow actions to a point. I look at it and I say personally myself, I value health and fitness. I value nutrition. I value hygiene and taking care of myself. So the idea is find the ways to feel good and feel healthy. Find levels of attractiveness on thinking that you take care of yourself, like your body is your temple, right? So really, it's not about having, a big ass or, curvaceous woman or 6-pack abs. It's more of like prioritizing your health, prioritizing your fitness, prioritizing your nutrition, prioritizing your sleep, because that's a ripple effect of actually making you feel better, feel good, look good, do good. Right? Deion Sanders, feel good, look good, do good. So for you to feel good, not just based on a paycheck or a man's love, is taking care of yourself. You will feel sexy. You will feel desirable. You will feel attractive in that way, regardless of your body shape.
I never heard about this answer for this kind of question. So I love what you mentioned here. And I think that this is giving you some clarity, women, because you know that sometimes you can lose yourself. When you love a man, you would give him your time, you would give him your attention, you would do anything for him. And at the end of the day, you would always be feeling that something is missing here. So to rebound on what you're saying, Coach Andres, I feel like a high-value woman is someone that can start being confident, loving your life, feeling good in your body, feeling good in your situation, because sometimes life puts challenges in front of us. But the moment where you still feel good around those challenges, you would be this high-value woman, because you would bring some security and stability in a guy's life.
I mean, you are what you eat, and it's so funny in a sense. When I have my clients who commit to my coaching package, I have it on my website, coachingwithandres.com. I offer fitness and nutrition advice because I used to be a trainer for 7 years in Santa Monica, and I applied that skill to my coaching for life and relationship coaching. And I just find it baffling and so crazy when I hear so many women just barely eat, only drink coffee, and they wonder why they're so emotional. So it's like, why don't you have a healthy nutritional balance of an actual normal way of eating things? I know you want to maybe be skinny or feel thin or summer body's coming up. I get it. But this is not sustainable. You are what you eat. If you sleep well, you are better. When you are clean, you feel better. When you eat clean, you feel better. You are what you eat. There's a huge effect on understanding before even looking at love and the loving world. Do you love yourself? Or do you eat like shit? Do you love yourself, or do you not value sleep? Do you love yourself, or do you not drink enough water? And it's like the idea is you need to treat the love you're looking for in someone else to yourself first. And the instant, guarantee, immediate results, food and nutrition. And then the fitness is obviously takes a little more time, but right there, immediately, you eat better today, you feel better tomorrow. You eat like crap today, you feel like crap. Fitness takes time, but immediately you can make those changes. And I have a client recently, she's now committed and now all in.
And that's what boosts the self-confidence as well that I was
Huge.
mentioning.
It's irreplaceable.
Yeah, because if you feel confident, if you feel empowered because you pay attention to your nutrition, to your sleep, to your health, and also to your look, to your, to your style, it's just the idea that this is the way you would be a high-value woman, because men will understand that you love yourself, that you find yourself, you find your own style, you're taking care of yourself with or without a man. It's really those situations where we tell ourselves, we cannot let this woman go. We cannot lose her because she's so special. And of course, if there is a bond or a connection or some attraction, it's even stronger. But at the end of the day, to be this high-value woman, you need to focus on yourself. And sometime in coaching, I would tell you, you need to love yourself first before to be in a relationship. Because you cannot be a high-value woman if your only thing is, what does he want? Let me respond to his needs. Because anyone can do it. But not anyone can be you.
The key thing of what I try to put on the situation with the fitness, nutrition, and my coaching packages is that when I see a lot of clients, unfortunately, keep on acting or reacting of their value based on the dating world or the dating experience.
What do you mean?
They define their value of the dating world, the dating experience, or the relationship result, which is understandable.
Yeah.
It's very normal. But you can do something different and start with the inside of who you are. Because when you start to react or advance or choose your next choice of value or challenge, and it's coming from a good place of feeling healthier, feeling more rested, feeling more hydrated, feeling more in shape, and again, you're only going to ignite positive results. You're not playing this game of, this guy gave me attention, I'm going to act this way. This guy didn't give me enough attention, I got to act that way. You're not playing chess. No, you're not playing checkers. You're playing chess by thinking 10 steps ahead. If I continue to grow my self-love, my high value, who I am from the inside out, it will only go towards a healthy relationship because I'm building a healthy foundation that no man can take away. And I'm telling you right now, don't you find it attractive when a woman is disciplined to certain things, or she's into fitness, or she's into eating healthy, or she's open-minded to trying new things, compared to just like doesn't value that at all?
Yeah, of course. It's so important because that's when we feel you're living with purpose, as I was mentioning before. That's when we feel, if I don't step up my game, I would lose her. So it's not like I want you to threaten the relationship or threaten the guy. But by leading with example, you're pushing this guy to be at your level. That's why I feel it's a high-value woman. It's someone that will be a leader without trying to be a leader, someone that will set expectation without saying the expectation. Because the fact is, when you do it for yourself, you make this guy be better for himself as well. Instead of, let me save him. Let me do anything for him. Let him be the leader and I follow him, because there is a moment where a guy, when he feels he's a leader, meaning you rely on him, that's when even a good man can start to take advantage of you. And this is not what I want to see in my coaching practice. Trust me, ladies. So with Coach Andres, what we are trying to do now is to push you to feel better, to be better, because when you do that, you are very sexy in a guy's mind or eyes.
Yeah, 100%. I had this client and I gave her your advice.
Okay, what was it?
And so she was looking to find a high value man, and she's putting herself in a position to increase her own value. And so she was like, how do I do that without making dating the priority or the focal point? And I'm like, I got you. That's where my life coaching comes in. That's where I offer a personal assessment. And it's based on 3 departments: your wellness, all-rounded wellness. I mean, everything. Your relationships, all your relationships, not just your love relationships, and your business and professional endeavors or abilities. Everything from hobbies to career. And we find out where your low scores are on. And she found out where her low scores are on, which we all have. And we focus on improving those. And so now she is joining a golf club because she's always wanted to get a golf because she enjoys the sport. And you're going to meet what?
Men.
Like you. Secondly, she joined Toastmasters.
Ooh, that's my thing. That's
your thing. And she was like, you know what? As I'm starting my side business on top of my normal job, I think I am a pretty good speaker, but I can always get better. I'm like, yes. And you're only going to meet other people who are working that level to become more valuable in their lives. It's such a rewarding, humbling, empowering environment to work with people who are only looking to get better. And so now the focal point of, is there a man there? Who cares? You're walking in and out, and you're going to be better every single time. It's only a matter of time you attract the right person, but you're putting yourself in high value in situations.
Yeah, I love what you mentioned, Coach Andres. And just to summarize, it's like Toastmaster is a group of people that wants to work on their public speaking. There is a lot of good men. There is a lot of high-value men there. And if you go there, there is a chance that there is someone single that will come and talk to you. So the idea is when you're a high-value woman, you always try to lead by example, but you also always try to work on yourself to become better. The moment you tell yourself, oh, I'm good enough, or it's over, I can guarantee you problems will come in your life.
I find that so unattractive.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
It's like the worst thing because
this is me.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. That's not good. That's not good because only the worst can happen after that. So I love this idea of like doing new activities for yourself, doing the thing. And in your example, Coach Andres, she's a high value woman because she's not trying to find love. She's just making love as a number 2 or number 3 priority. The number 1 is herself. Number 2, stepping out of the comfort zone. And we both know that this will lead to meeting good men. This will lead to a situation where she would be able to be in a relationship.
And the thing about that, there is no right or wrong way of doing it. Mm-hmm. It's everyone has their own personal style or touch or choices on a sense of putting yourself in high value environments towards high value goals. Mm-hmm. Don't focus just on love, dating, and men. Put yourself in high value environments with high value goals. Watch how that just takes you towards high value people. Mm-hmm. Maybe him.
I love it. So high value women, ladies, I'm pretty sure when you listen to this episode, you will tell yourself, oh, I can do it. You know, it's very easy to be a high value person. It's very easy to continue to grow, to live with purpose. But it just goes against the education in our society that tells you, you need to do this job, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to be like this, like that. Because the goal is to be like everyone else. No, that's not what a high-value man or woman would do.
I mean, that's Miami.
Yeah.
so it's like, come on now. And so it's again, you know, the beautiful thing about even going deeper on the whole value situation is you see the investment in someone towards something of a process or a journey or a commitment. Mm-hmm. So you know it's going to take time for these results to come to light. So you see someone's long-term big picture of how much they invest in themselves. Mm-hmm. And so that translates on how you might choose your character of partner, your judgment of character on who you choose, because you see things down the road compared to just being reactive or cheap love or cheap money or quick instant stuff. Like we're all microwave, mentality. Now. I'm going to get my high value now. Give me a big ass now. All right. That's not high value. So the idea is when you invest in the long haul of things, not only is it more rewarding, but it creates an attractive quality that's so desirable in men because you see that you're really committed to something that you don't have to do, that you chose to do.
Mm-hmm. I want to continue on one other thing that I feel will be like for a high value woman. It's to see the situation with a smile. Yeah. I've seen my client being able to attract a guy, being able to feel confident when they start taking it easy, when they start to know how to flirt, how to have fun in the dating world, not have sex with everyone, just have fun in a way that we enjoy the date instead of focusing on the end results.
Yes.
And I think that this is the number one thing I'm trying to teach you ladies when I coach you, is that if you enjoy the moment, you have a lot of chances that the guy will enjoy it. If you focus on, I want him to kiss me, I want him to take my number, I want to be able to find the one. Usually every time you go and you have this mindset, the only thing that people will feel is pressure and negativity. So I want you to be able to flirt, enjoy the moment, have a big smile instead of focusing on the end results.
And also with the high value approach in the dating situation, again, I love what you said in the sense of the women who get it, they're going to enjoy the evening for what the evening is, not the result of him.
Yeah.
And so for one thing I always help my clients in the situation on dating apps or dating websites is that you have too much going on, you're too much of a catch to be texting someone for so many weeks or texting all day. Get to the point with texting to a point because you got to the idea we're a match. There's something in common between us. And then either initiate or encourage for a phone call. Mm-hmm. I don't want a texting buddy. Yeah. I don't want to. If you Snapchat me, if you're older than 21 and you have Snapchat, unless you have kids, what's wrong with you? All right. So you now value your time. I'm not texting you for 4 weeks. I want to hear your voice, or I want you to feel comfortable or confident enough to give me a video call. And so when my clients now take that initiative with confidence, it makes their value higher. And you see so many weak men or boys, let's say, just kind of fall to that. They're like, oh, well, I'm more of a texter. Well, get out of here. I'm not, no. They kind of delay the call.
Yeah.
And so in that way, when they actually choose to go on a date, they know I'm going to be with someone to a certain level of not just mutual respect, but we both get what we're looking for. But if we're not in line for the future, that's fine.
Yeah.
And so they enjoy the character of the evening. They enjoy the evening for what it is because they chose better. They put their value first, where I'm not going to just meet up with you without hearing your voice or seeing your face.
Yeah, and I love what you mentioned, Coach Andres. And ladies, please listen to that, because you will be able to really sort what kind of man you want in your life. Yeah. Instead of having him that would qualify if you're good enough for him, now we reverse the dynamic. If you cannot have a video call, if you cannot have a call, if you want to text me every day and it's not me, then you are in control.
Yes.
Instead of telling yourself, oh, he doesn't like video calls, so let me text him because I want to please him. That's exactly how you can really sort what kind of men are for you, what kind of men are not for you. And this is a high-value woman move. This is how you need to think. This is how you need to move. This is how you need to get the success that you deserve in your love.
You want to hear a true story?
Oh, I want to hear the true story.
All right, so
I love your story.
Yeah,
buddy.
so ladies, I'm single. I'm looking for the right woman. I'm looking for someone to have a family with. I know what I'm looking for, and so I'm on dating apps here. And I was on this match with this lady last week, and I always have to put things in the sense of just compare to my normal personal reaction, but kind of think of the coaching's perspective of things. And we matched on Bumble, and then a few messages here and there. And she was like, well, listen, I don't have my notifications on my app, the dating app. Do you have WhatsApp? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so she messaged me on WhatsApp. And I was like, wow, take an initiative. Cool. All right. Usually I would do that because I'm like, in the sense of, have a phone call. And so finally we caught a couple of messages here and there in small talk. And then I just noticed that she was really like quickly responsive to messages. And then eventually she sent me this like resume profile of what she's looking for, of her like bio. And it was like almost like 3 text paragraphs long. Mm-hmm. And then she goes at the end, what about you? So I looked at it where I was like, this one's not for me.
Okay.
Not for me. I was like, I'm not texting you my life, my story, my bio, my interests, or my hobbies. I see that you're prepared, but I'm turned off. Like, you're trying to sell me on this resume presentation. But I looked at it where you're not for me, not my type. Because I would say, I literally said, oh, I'd be more than happy to share, but I'd prefer a phone call.
Oh, a coffee maybe?
I don't even know yet.
Okay.
And then she goes, well, I actually prefer texting. So I don't think this is a good match. And I was like, damn, rejected? Dumped?
Was it a real person, you think?
It was.
Okay.
And so the idea was I looked at it where she represented her high value of the way she prefers communication. Mm-hmm. I represented my high value where I don't want a texting buddy. Yeah. I'll love to talk to you, video call, or coffee. So we both basically bumped heads, but without basically saying, I need to compromise who I am for you, or I need to keep up with your text messaging, or change your way. So as much as I was kind of like thrown back by her response, but I was almost admired by like, good for you.
Okay.
All right, you'll find a guy who wants to text as much as you. It's not me though. Moving on.
I like it. Thank you for sharing this story. But I feel it's like very empowering to see that a woman that stick to her position, that knows what she wants, it is what is very high value. But remember what I said at the beginning. It doesn't mean that you will be the high value for everyone or you will be a match for everyone. Some people are meant to be together, some other no. And that should be okay. Yep. Don't try to make it work if you feel that it's not good for you or if it tells you that you are not compatible. It's not you the problem. The situation can be not the best for both of you, and that's okay. Because you handle the rejection the way you say it very well because you're not trying to prove your point. You're like, okay, we are not meant to be together. Let's be friends. Let's stay in touch, and that's it.
No, delete it.
Yeah. But the woman that you met yesterday. That's your good.
Different date.
Yeah, but because the women I coach, they will be like, oh, no. I want to push it. I want to know if we can meet together. They will try to change to be what he wants.
Yes.
And you ladies, it's not the case because you're a high-value woman.
When you have that commitment to yourself, listen, dating is tough. Dating can be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Most first dates don't last. Most matches don't last. There's always questionable 50-50 relationships, breakup or divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So odds are against you to a point. So when you work on something more ingrown within yourself of your value compared to proving your value for a man, it's unbreakable. It's irreplaceable. It's something that's in you. And so in that way, you actually have more fun with the process and the journey of dating to keep momentum high and positive compared to manipulating or games or compromising or settling or getting so frustrated about things not being compatible. Yeah, guess what? Not everyone's for you. Don't look for the perfect guy, look for the right guy.
Mm-hmm.
So dating is a numbers game. It's like sales, it's resiliency, it's persistence. So don't get so turned upside down when someone's not the right guy or shows that he's not the right guy for you. Stay persistent to a point like, all right, but don't waste any more moments and time with the wrong situation. Move on. But have a good momentum in that scenario where you're like, you keep the optimism in love and dating compared to every date or every match basically changes your opinion. That's when you know you have a low value. When you're constantly changing your opinion after every date.
Yeah, that's true. That's very important. So ladies, we will continue the journey and we will continue to help you. You need to subscribe to this podcast. You need to leave a 5-star review. Leave a comment as well because we are on your side. To continue the journey, to receive all this piece of advice, you can go on YouTube. You have the channel Coaching with Andres. I know you have a big TikTok as well.
Well, to add on to what I wanted to help you out, ladies, is this. When you go to coachingwithandres.com, send me an email or a text message. I have the company phone, and I'll give you a free consultation. I want you to understand my coaching packages, my services is not just coaching for relationships. I'm also certified corporate and life, as well as fitness and nutrition. So what I do with my clients who commit to these packages, they get amazing results because they're working on their self-love, their value with inside them, all while I'm helping them with their dating app developments or helping them with their dating situations or their phone messages and text messages with the guy they're talking to. Like that's always going to be the focal point, but we're going to do all the things that need to be more importantly, more prioritized in your life. So I always say, I'm going to put you in a win-win situation. I'm going to help guide you towards the right situation with the right guy, with your interest, your goals. But until that happens, we're getting things done. We're producing results. We're getting smarter, stronger, sexier, happier, more peaceful, more fulfilled in all elements. And just watch how much more fun you have.
And I received so many emails of women telling me, I love Coach Andres. He's helping me so much. So thank you for that. Ladies, you can continue with coachingwithandres.com. There is my YouTube channel, French Relationship Expert. We will do another episode next week. We will talk about narcissist people, toxic relationship. This is very important for you to protect yourself as well. But the good news is there is a lot of good men out there.
Yes.
There is a lot of people that are looking for a high-value woman, and you are already a high-value woman. You already have everything within you.
Also, if you're listening to this podcast, you already are on the way.
Yeah.
Because you're opened.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're open to change. You're open to learn. You're open to grow. You're sharing this podcast with your girlfriends, which makes you a 2 times high
5-star.
Yeah, so this is very important for us. So thank you for listening, ladies. We are here for you. Remember, if you leave any comments, we'll be there to respond to your question. You have free consultation on coachingwithandres.com. And we will see you next week. Thank you, Coach Andres.
Always a pleasure.
See you, ladies.